Hello, everybody. Welcome to another great day of SSL Soccer. My name is Zenlos, and I am joined here today by...
Val. I don't have a clever title for this edition, but first
Okay.
guest of the season for us, so
Yeah,
plenty of time to workshop.
The first Zenlos Val cast of the season. Oh dear, the emblem for the oh dear. Anyway, so we got some D2 action here for you today as we're on match day 2 as the season is afoot. Which of these games are you looking forward to today?
The Accra Montreal game, I think, has probably the most potential to be interesting, but like it's Division 2, it's early in the season. I feel like D2 is wide open this year. There are like 5 or 6 teams where like you could tell me they're going up and I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, and that Accra Montreal game is our first game on the docket today. So normally this would be the part where I read out standings, but we're on match day 2.
Yeah, these are 2 teams that won their opening day, which adds to the intrigue for me. Accra 1-0 over Kaapstad. Montreal 3-1 over Red Star Laos. Accra,
That's a formation.
The heck is that?
That's a formation. That's an 11. Montreal, what is this?
See, this one I can actually kind of get. It's a weird asymmetric, like... It's like a 4-5-1, but with advanced wingers, but one of the wingers isn't actually a winger. He's attacking mid. I have no idea how to describe Accra's other than it looks like a stick figure.
Well, we are underway.
It's like a decapitated stick figure, not finger. I can't words.
Here's Pedersen going to the back, looking for Calvatore, going around the outside of the box, looking for Pedersen again, but Hyuga will make the interception. We go back to Freddie, and we are off and running, and I am now still staring at this Accra formation. There's Segundo Volantes, Val.
It looks like a WM? What is this? Like, it looks like the WM from, like, the 1920s.
I'm excited. Here's the Bernia going deep, looking for Casual, who barely keeps it in bounds. And, ooh, that's going to be a penalty. Dion called for the penalty, and here's Casual to take the penalty shot against Laroc. Fires, and Laroc makes the save!
I guess you could say that penalty was too casual. Laroc had that all the way. Wasted opportunity there for Montreal to take the lead. What?
Yeah. I said he casually made the save. Here's Zorhoni going forward to Dion. Dion trying to make up for that penalty, which... That was an interesting penalty because he didn't even go down. I was very surprised to see that was a penalty. And here's Zorhoni kicking it out of bounds.
Yeah, just wide there from Zerhuni. Had some space, but probably could have taken a touch there.
And that's going to be headed away, picked up by Yowelian. So we go back to Laroc. He's going to boom it out, 22nd minute now. So we go to Silver Druid being chased by one of the Manones. Manone with the interception, but then given right back to Druid. Druid going over to Tucker. Tucker trying to go forward for Druid, but gets intercepted, but picked back up by Accra. Dion going forward. Duke dives for it, even though it would have gone out of bounds.
Yeah, he's just not wanting to take any chances there. I feel like they were looking for a run that just never came.
That's always the worst. Freddie going to go all the way back to Larock. Over to Llewellyn. To Berbatov, Dion Llewellyn. Again, we're going to do a little bit of triangle passing here. Going back to Shirkinger, to Whittington. Over to Freddie. Manone trying to get in front of Freddie, but they get to forward to Druid. Over to Huga.
Huga here on loan from Athena. Here's a ball.
Here's Tucker. Good run. Fires! Just too narrow. That's...
Yeah, Tucker had Accra's goal in their season opening 1-0 win at Kaapstad, but had a really good chance there, just not placed particularly well.
And now this first half is starting to fly by. 35 degrees Celsius.
Well, yeah, it's Africa.
That's fair. Look, I'm used to
this weather. I'd really be a Ghana. You see, it's funny because Accra is the capital of Ghana. I can hear about a bajillion people just simultaneously muting me at the same time.
I can just hear the that one video clip from one of the Naked Gun movies of the entire audience doing the facepalm at the same time.
Yeah, I do not do this warm weather, and I don't think Montreal does either.
45th minute now. Here's Pedersen going for a cross, and that's headed, but over the bar. We're going to have 1 minute of stoppage time, and it's done. All right. Halftime, 0-0.
Yeah, Accra had the penalty, and I think them missing the penalty was kind of microcosm of that first half for them. They were pretty wasteful. We see 10 shots, only 2 on target. The strikerless tactics so far not quite panning out for them. But aside from the penalty, on XG, because remember, penalties are 0.7 XG, it's pretty even. Montreal is creating better shots. Accra is creating more shots. We'll see if that holds in the second half.
Yeah, we'll see if any substitutions are coming in here at the half, but
Accra
overall,
also dominating possession, which I guess helps with their volume shooting.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, 62-38, because their midfield is so packed because of what they're playing, which I think they're trying to do a modern interpretation of the WM. But that's
season,
just me.
You might as well go for it. See what happens. If it works, you're an absolute genius. If it doesn't work, it's the beginning of the season. So,
yeah.
Here's Fanta Benz clearing it out. Going to be picked up by Larock. As we just go from one side to the other, Larock will throw it out to Freddie. We're playing it a little far back. Manone trying to get in the middle of the triangle passing. Casual also trying to. So Accra says, all right, that's enough of that. This isn't going anywhere. Let's go forward. They find Silver Druid. Druid fires wide. Goal kick for them.
That was, that was just flat out mishit by Druid. Just absolutely shanked. Playing as a Romdeuter. They're playing double Romdeuters.
I'm sorry,
which is, yeah, Romdeuter. They're basically wide poachers.
I'm convinced you made that word up.
It's German. Okay. Everything is made up.
That's fair. 55th minute. Time is fake in a flat circle. Pedersen, header! Thanks to Manone! On the header off of the corner kick. And it's 1-0 Montreal.
Manone had 2 goals in Montreal's season opening win over Laos. What a ball in from Pedersen. Good header there. That's the current GM to the former GM, if I am not mistaken. So, hashtag narrative. Yep. I don't know where I'm going with that narrative, but it's a thing that exists.
Passing the torch, something. Okay. Berbatov in the box. Going back to Dion. Looking for Freddie. It's off the post. And then cleared out. Casual picks it up. Takes it up the sideline, trying to get past Schenkinger. But it's going to be headed away by Whittington.
Yeah, it might have been Accra's best chance since the penalty there, but disrespecting the equipment on that occasion.
Montreal took the penalty.
You're right. I don't know why that mixed up in my head. And that also makes my halftime analysis look dumb because I
sorry.
noted the discrepancy. It's
I didn't
beginning
catch
of
it
the
at the
season.
halftime analysis. I'm sorry.
It's beginning of the season for everyone, and that
Yes,
includes
it is.
me.
Here's Larock.
Listen, it's 35 degrees Celsius in Accra. Cut me some slack. It is sweltering, and I'm dying.
You know, anytime I see like Celsius, I always think of this one picture I saw about temperature and why Fahrenheit is the best
Casual's
temperature.
in.
Here's Casual. Fires! Casual scores in the 76th minute on a wonderful ball in, and it's 2-0 Montreal.
Yeah, making up for that penalty miss by scoring from the run of play. Starts with Fanta Benz. One touch there by Calvatori, and then what a dime by Nagatoro Maradona. Casual catches the back three napping. And Montreal 2-0 to the good, and that might be the dagger.
As we're approaching the 81st minute now, we have a free kick from Calvator. Larock dives for it as Williams is running up to try to convert on that, but Larock will keep it in. Here's Berbatov. Taking it up the sideline. If Accra wants to get a point from this, they have to score, and they have to score now, and that was not it. That was close. That was not it.
Yeah, very close there from Hyuga, the loanee from Athena, I do believe. A couple of loanees in this game that we have seen.
I heard the lone E as in like the singular E, and I'm like, what does that mean?
Listen, vowels are expensive.
Yeah, $250 each. I had to explain this to my 8th graders the other day. Here's Schenkinger. Ooh, that's going to be blocked by Fanta Benz.
That is potentially a goal-saving clearance from Fanta Benz. That shot looked like it was heading. I don't know if it was heading just wide or like on target, but Fanta Benz not taking any chances.
And you know what the sad thing is that that's not even the silliest mix-up I've had this week so far, and it's only Tuesday. Remember the Cote d'Ivory discussion?
Oh no!
So, his Peterson were
from
running
Ghana,
out of
by the way,
time.
both in West Africa.
Benone, this game could be over any second, and there it is. Final whistle blown. Montreal takes a 2-0 victory over Accra.
Yeah, Accra created more, but they were very wasteful. Feels like that strikerless tactic. It was a bold move. That didn't work. The double Raumdeuter strikerless WM thing that they tried. Not on this occasion. It did not work. But not for lack of creation. It's just lack of execution. But a very, very solid day in the office for Montreal United. That is 3 big road points in the bag and 2 W's to start the season. Dexter Mannone out to a lead in the Golden Boot race. He's got 3.
Let's go!
How much did you bet? Like I mentioned that before you did.
Yo, I didn't even think about it because I was so distracted by the use of the term Raumdeuter to the point where I've Googled it, and it came up with someone named Thomas Mueller.
Yeah, Thomas Muller, the Bayern player. He's like whenever someone's like, "What's a Raumdeuter?" It's like Thomas Muller.
Okay. Anyway, so that's the first game in the books. As we're going to get ready to go on to our second game, which is AC Romano versus Cairo City. Cairo City had a little bit of a rough showing last time out, hoping to make a rebound from that.
Yeah, 5-0 loss at Reykjavik. For this is a team that got relegated, and then they got hammered in the offseason with departures. Kind of reminds me a little bit of what happened to London when we went down after season, I think, 4. Where we lost a slew of players. I feel like that same thing has kind of happened to Cairo, where they're trying to pick up the pieces. Romana drew 0-0 their first match against AS Paris, in that match of 2 teams that I think will be in and around the promotion places for much of this season.
Yeah.
So, going to be interesting to see this one. A little bit of a Mediterranean showdown.
So, let's see. If I had to pick 2 teams today that I think could reasonably get promoted. Oh, God. Let's see. I think this season I'm going to go weird, and I'm going to say Reykjavik. And I think Laos could do it, honestly.
I think I had AS Puri and either Montreal or Romana. I don't remember what I I don't have to fill out predictions, but like I was giving suggestions to the team and such.
Yeah. Like I paid no attention to roster moves in the offseason, but just remembering from what I saw from last season, I feel like I could see Reykjavik and or Lao making a run this year.
Yeah, Reykjavik's an interesting one because like they've been sort of picking up the pieces of what happened a couple seasons back when they were still Sydney, but it
Yeah.
feels like they've started to build something pretty promising, and who knows, this could be the year.
Also-
Again, it feels wide open down here in Division 2.
Also, best kits in the business.
Oh yeah, with the green,
Mm-hmm.
neon green.
We must have some sort of weather delay that is unfortunately causing a small delay in the game. So here we go.
2.2 out of 10, not enough, Wooder. That is a 5-3-2 from Cairo. Very defensive with Laudrup in that defensive midfield spot. And Romana with a pretty conventional 4-2-3-1.
Man, I look silly when you consider the fact that I said there must have been some sort of weather delay. And then we get coverage and there is not a cloud in the effing sky.
Maybe the pitch wasn't wet enough. We don't know.
Anyway,
or maybe it's like that one MLS playoff game that got delayed like an hour a few years back because they screwed up painting the lines.
Anyway, we are off and running.
Britons remember.
AC Romano. Oh, strikes first very quickly with Miro Schweinsteiger, putting AC Romano up 1-0 here in only the 3rd minute.
Yeah, it's a dime, and that's just headed home calmly. Kemoyatu finds King. A little bit too much space, floats that cross in beautifully to the back post. And Cody Hill is not stopping that one. New goalkeeper for Cairo because the Heretic is now with Hollywood, I believe.
Oh, really?
Replacing Scott Sterling there.
Scott Sterling retire?
No, I believe we're actually going to see him later.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah, I think he is with, I want to say Reykjavik now.
This is the part where I say I probably should have paid more attention to roster moves during the offseason. That's on me. Anyway, here's Arasov. Oh, that's a name I can't say on the broadcast. Come on.
I only just saw that. Well, guess what? I'm going to do it because I do what I want. I'm contracted. I am contractually obligated to say it.
And that is, as they say, you're goddamn right. Now, here's Jeremiah over to Kemoyatu, over to Jeffrey Levert. Levert fires! Saved by Hill. Levert, noted player who almost made me lose my voice last season. And then he was offside, and it was tragic.
Yeah. By the way, also Stojakovic back there in central defense for Cairo, former Romana player. So that's a thing that exists.
Here's Nunez going up the side, going for the cross, headed over the bar.
Yeah, they're not putting a ton of a lot of pace on these crosses. They're more so floating them in and trying to work like with good positioning and strength.
Right.
So that is something to keep an eye on. Here's a chance.
Oh, that's this wide shot. And that's going to be a goal kick.
Yeah, one thing with Cairo, too, is another one of their losses, Franco Torres, their main goal guy.
Here's Anavier over to Nunez. I'm glad to see we still have the Nunez. This makes me happy. Here's Smart going over to one of the Nunez. as it's intercepted, picked up by Stojakovic to Normus, to Laudrup, to Normus, Anavier getting in the middle of the triangle, but not able to make any stop. And then we have Vilk going back to time over to Stojakovic. Going all the way back to Hill.
Oh, sloppy.
Oh, intercepted by Levert, but nothing doing on the shot there as it's blocked.
Yeah, very sloppy in the back. They were playing with their food a little bit too much, and they dropped it on the floor.
Oh,
and
Camelatu. Good shot.
5 seconds elapsed.
Anavier on the corner, picked up by Toastman over to Jeremiah. Jeremiah fires. Carried away by Hill. We'll have another corner kick.
Toastman, another major off-season move. I believe he was actually on Cairo and moved in the off-season. Or was it Cairo? No, I think he was actually on Tokyo. Never mind. But still, point stands.
We go forward now, 21st minute. Over to Schleimsen. Over to Toastman. I still, they even told me how to pronounce it, and I still cannot. Schweinsteiger fires, chips the keeper, but chipped a little too hard as that goes over the net.
Yep, chips may look, they aren't exactly easy to pull off. Even though they look soft and gentle, it's very hard to get the technique right.
It is a very delicate science.
Yeah!
Here's Arasov going forward to be intercepted. But then intercepted back by Cairo. Arasov forward to Schleimsen. Over to Vilk. Vilk taking it into the box. Back to Regan. Regan? Regan?
I'm just going to assume it's Regen just because, FM.
Yeah, but Regan's more fun. Until corrected. If you correct me, I will do my best to fix it. Nunez over to King. But if you leave me to my own devices, it's Regan. Nunez back over to Camelatu. Dive, but cleared out. Picked back up by the other Nunez. Excuse me. We had a Nunez to Nunez connection.
Romana's creating a lot, but you get that feeling where if they don't get a second, they might regret it.
Yeah.
You sometimes just have those feelings where it's you're creating a lot, you need that second, and then you don't get it, and then 90th minute comes and you get a punch to the gut.
What a slide by Normus to block that shot from Levert. As we go forward, who's offside? Tyson Nunez. Tyson Nunez is offside. So here's Nunez going forward to Levert. Levert fires. It's saved by Hill. And that's a corner kick.
Levert has been very dangerous with his runs in this one. Hasn't had the finishing touch, but he's getting into really good positions.
We get it over to Jeremiah. Over to Toastman. Never mind. Hill with the goal kick out. We go to Laudrup. Arasov taking it up the line, trying to get around Nunez. Goes deep, looking for Regen. But it's going to be taken away by Anavier, who's going forward for Jeffrey Levert again. Good run, fire, saved again by Hill.
What was I just saying about Jeffrey Levert? He's getting into really good positions. Didn't have the finishing touch there, but getting into the position is half the battle.
Mm-hmm. So here's Smart going over to Camelatu, over to King. Oh, and that's all we're going to get to see as we enter the 41st minute.
Yeah, it's only the first half.
Yeah, we are still only in the first half, everybody.
Yeah, it feels like a lot is going on. But somehow only one goal.
Going deep, looking for Schweinsteiger, saved by Hill again. Hill all over the place in goal.
Yeah, 21 shots for Romana in this first half.
That's a lot. That's like hockey numbers.
I believe this happened with Cairo last week, too. Or last match day.
Goes over to Regen. Picked up by
And I wouldn't
Tosman.
have actually remembered that if not for the fact that it was brought up on the D1 cast because of the Seoul Tokyo events.
Oh, yeah, we don't talk about that. Here's Kemoatu. Over to
That was like a
King.
me sound effect.
King to Schweinsteiger again! Miro Schweinsteiger! His second goal of the game! His second goal of the season! And puts him right in the thick of the Golden Boot race!
Yeah, Miro Schweinsteiger with 2 goals in this first half. What another great ball by King. It's those back post runs that have just been a potent weapon for Romana, and especially for Schweinsteiger in this first half, and they get the second goal that they desperately deserved.
Because we have hit halftime. Oh my God, that shot.
Yeah, 12 on target, so it's like they're making the keeper do work.
Man, is he doing work. I wonder what his match rating looks like right now.
Yeah, can we send some help for Cody Hill, please?
Anybody? Somebody, please. Paging defense. But yeah, 24 shots to 2, 12 on target to 0. XG of 2.63 without a penalty.
Yep.
55% possession. It's just... Oh boy.
Yeah, Cairo very much showing that they're a team that's still trying to gel after a significant amount of turnover. And yeah, the toothing problems have been like wisdom teeth toothing.
Yeah.
Not exactly, that kind of painful and not exactly ideal.
Yeah. So. Oh boy, fun times.
But 2 goals is not insurmountable, but they need to be no. I'd say they need to be multiple times better than they were in the first half, but like anything times 0 is still 0. So fitted primetime 99 and Jacob Rizzo on for Laudrup, and I missed the other one. Terrence and Zoidberg on for Smart and Jeremiah.
Oh.
What?
We have bad history of you saying that a 2-goal deficit is not insurmountable at halftime. And you really need to stop doing that.
I will continue to do whatever I want.
And if you're fired, saved by Hill. I swear to God, if that was a goal, I was gonna lose it.
Yeah, I was about to get freaking. I was about to get roasted like I'm at a barbecue.
Stolen by Schweinsteiger over to Nunez. Schweinsteiger takes it to the back line, goes for the cross to King. It's bounced away by Normus, picked up by Nunez, and then stolen away by Normus as we get Regen going forward. Regen going for a run, trying to get around Toastman. Too wide of a shot. Looks like he beat Kerrigan, but just was a smidge too wide.
Yeah, that's probably the first real opportunity we've seen Cairo create. Wasn't a half bad one, but direction finder was off a bit.
Here's King going over to Nunez, blocked by Arasov. Hill, that's okay. I mean, that was a great jump. He caught the ball. Just
yeah, he couldn't quite keep it in play.
No, here's Terrence, blocked by Regen. That's going to be offside for Jeffrey Levert. Here's Hill going over to time. Levert's hanging out in the box, ready to be there if someone were to make a mistake. Here's Schweinsteiger. Schweinsteiger going for the cross, and that's going to be saved by the post off of the Kemoatu shot.
Yeah, remember when I said, this isn't insurmountable, but they need to be significantly better in the second half?
Yeah.
So far, no.
No.
The answer is no.
Look at that 7.6 rating for Hill, though. Good for him.
Yeah, the team needs to buy him dinner for like the next month.
So here's Nunez going over to Zoidberg to Schweinsteiger. Over to Anavier, fires, picked up by Hill.
I'm sure Egypt has some really good food.
Here's Hill clearing it out. But it's intercepted by Kemoatu over to King. Nunez booms it deep. Jeffrey Levert fires, but saved by Hill. And Levert's offside. Levert doing his best Jerry impression.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can't really dispute that, but he has been very dangerous today. He has been very dangerous today. It's just he can't stay on side, and the times he's stayed on side, he hasn't been able to finish. He's on poacher though, so he's basically trying to kill you with that movement.
Aaron's on the regen, saved by Kerrigan. Great diving save. As we are just
not
out of time in this match.
Yeah, not a ton of pace on that header, but well placed enough that required some effort to stop.
Levert scores. He gets it. His first goal of the season. And it puts him right in the thick of the Golden Boot race.
Yeah, that happened very, very quickly. Comes off the long ball, and what is it? He just sneaks. The defenders can't track him. And just a very solid finish. The finish that he kind of deserved. He's been playing extremely well today. Lines are, in fact, very close.
Yeah, the lines were close of the season.
Yeah. Goal was deserved for him and the team.
So here we go. We're in what is probably the final minute of this game. We go over to Vilk. Vilk takes it to the back line, goes back to Rizzo over the regen. That's going to be blocked by Kemoatu. We have a corner kick now, which made by Time. Time goes to the corner looking for Vilk, but that's going to be headed away by Powdered Toastman, picked up by Levert. Nunez, I think, just kicked it off of Levert's face, and that's going to be the whistle blown as AC Romana takes a 3-0 victory over Cairo City.
Yeah, not a whole lot of positives to take from that for Cairo. I mean, they did create a little bit in the second half, but overall, it was the Cody Hill show, and there's only so much a guy can do when he is being assaulted by 35 shots, 19 of which are on target, against a good team with a good brain trust like Romana. The 2 games for Cairo City, 8 goals conceded, none scored. Obviously this is a team that's going through some changes, but it's not what you want to see. But a great day in the office for Romana, especially Miro Schweinsteiger, who will take home man of the match honors for them. 2 goals and an assist. Both goals set up.
Very good game for Miro Schweinsteiger. But
that back post run was just killing Cairo all night. And you can even tell it in the match ratings because you go back to Cairo, their lowest rated player was Dominic Vilk, who was playing left back and thus was going up against Schweinsteiger, and Schweinsteiger just ran him out of the game.
Right. Alrighty. So that's going to close the book on this game as we go to our third game of the day. AS Paris versus FC Kaapstad.
Yeah, 2 teams that were shut out week 1, match day 1. Paris 0-0 against Romana. That was on the road. And Kaapstad fell 1-0 to Accra. So 2 teams that are looking to get on the score sheet and hopefully get 3 points on the board.
Yeah.
Paris obviously relegated, but they ran back a lot of their squad, which honestly is the right move. They have a really good squad for D2, and halfway through the season they went on that run and looked like they might have a chance of staying up. And Kaapstad, I feel like, is a team that's still kind of recovering from a situation like what we saw with Cairo, where they got relegated and they had a bunch of departures.
I apologize. Please give me a minute. For some reason, my dog is barking at 11:55 at night. So I'm going to give him a minute to get that out of his system.
Yeah, apparently Professor's class is in session right now. Or something like that, I don't know.
But you do remember AS Paris had that near miracle run towards the end of last season. That gave him a bit of momentum.
In the second half. Caught fire in the second half. Just fell a little bit too short because they dug too deep a hole in the first half of the season, but they ran a significant amount of that roster back. Might actually be like their entire roster.
Yeah.
So they're going to be one of the favorites to get promoted. And after a week one that was kind of for them and nil, this is a chance for them to show what they're made of.
Right.
In their home opener of the season.
Oh man, I cannot wait for someone to score a goal so we can have yet another person in the Golden Boot race.
I mean, neither of these teams had a goal scorer last week, so can't really.
Well, then it's all the more better for when they do it today. If they have a 0-0 draw today, then I will just be sad. Please don't have a 0-0 draw. So.
And you know me, I'm the noted draw enthusiast, but
yeah, we might as well call you Van Gogh. You like draws so much.
Listen, I don't stop. I Van Gogh. Nope. I was trying to make a pun. I was trying to figure out a joke, and I tried to come up with something on the fly, and it just whiffed.
Oh, no, it didn't whiff.
And even Steph Curry takes bad shots once in a while.
Trust me, it did not whiff. All right.
Even Steph Curry takes shots and miss once in a while.
Yeah, so. Oh, here we go. We're getting into game now.
4-2-4 for AS Paris, Bull and Horvat in central midfield. For Kaapstad, it is a 4-2-3-1, so pretty standard stuff.
Yeah.
We'll see if the numbers in the midfield for Kaapstad will outweigh the added attack of that second forward for AS Paris.
All right. I love how Kaapstad just has one comically tall person compared to the rest of their team. I don't know if you saw that in that shot of everyone lined up.
I did not.
Yeah, they just had like one person who was like comic. I think it's Kamavinga, who was just comically taller than everyone else. Silva, we're off and running. Kaapstad wearing the green and yellow, Paris wearing the blue. That's going to be a near goal, but kept in bounds. Scud Muffin goes over to Kamavinga, over to Mueller. And that's fired, and that's saved by Bartlett. Zanetti will just clear it out.
Yeah, first real half chance of the game goes to Kaapstad off the set piece. Pretty unable to clear fully, and hey, look, an offside off the corner.
Scud Muffin offside.
Yeah. So. AS Paris, interestingly, not just using Papadopoulos as a solo forward, but kind of because they're playing Jones as a false 9.
Ooh.
So let's see, we've seen Rom Deuters today, we've seen Segundo Volantes, now we're going out and rocking a false 9. People are getting weird today, and I love it.
Here's Tato looking for Kraustis, but headed away by Horvat, picked up by Jones. Jones takes it across midfield. Looking to try to get around Mueller. Gets a good run. Fires Hunter Jones with the run from one side to the other. Does it all on his own. 1-0 AS Paris.
False 9 my behind, which is what he left all of the Kaapstad defenders. Just absolute powering through every single one of them. He takes it all the way to the house and finishes to the near post. I feel like a goalkeeper could have done a little bit better, but what an individual run there and finish from Hunter Jones, the lone E.
The single E. He's all going out to De Silva. I'm not going to let myself live that down, don't worry. De Silva at the back, intercepted by Alistair. Over to Tato, over to De Silva. De Silva fires. It's blocked by Horvat. They get it over to Cortez. Cortez takes it across midfield, trying to get around Spoon. Takes it up the sideline. Looking for maybe a cross all the way in the back corner. Takes a dive. And we'll never know what happened. He might have died. We don't know.
I think Isabella Cortez is very much alive. Otherwise, we would have seen a substitution made on grounds of death.
There is Isabella Cortez's
Actually, they probably would have abandoned the game.
There's
Unless you're
Isabella
UEFA at the Euros.
Isabella Cortez, surprisingly agile cadaver taking a shot there.
Yeah, Peru, the one thing I've noticed is they are running right at Kaapstad. They are not like trying.
They really are.
Like they are trying to use dribbling and such to pick them apart. Other than
fired, but saved by Hall. Yeah, like they're not going for any like fancy passing formations or anything. They're just like, I'm gonna take the ball, I'm gonna run. Stop me.
Proper football that.
So
I'm not English enough to pull that off.
Cortez, and that's turned aside by Hall.
Corner
from Brisky. That's headed away by Muir. Over to Alistair. To Snooks.
To Silva next to Alistair. Let's take your kid to work day.
Comically tall. It's just
take your child to work day. It's like that one picture of Zdeno Chara next to Nathan Gerby, who's like 5'6".
Here's Hunter Jones, gets around again, and that's another goal for Hunter Jones. Second of the season, golden boot race, cartwheel, 2-0.
Once again, the false nine is not supposed to do striker things, but instead he is doing striker things, which AS Pereira are not going to complain about. It was the flick on by Papadopoulos. Jones just gets way too much time and space, and he just rams it right through the Kaapstad defense and slots home. And one of the things with AS Pereira last season... Okay. One of the things with AS Pereira last season was it felt like at times they were over-reliant on Papadopoulos, which makes sense. He's their best player. He's been their best forward for ages. But like when he wasn't scoring, there was not enough support offensively to keep the machine humming. I think that's kind of what they were thinking with the Hunter Jones pickup is take some of the load off Papadopoulos and have them, play together. Jones can play out wide with Papadopoulos up top. He gives them several interesting options.
That's a hat trick. That's a hat trick for Hunter Jones. 3-0 Paris.
Well, while I'm praising Hunter Jones's versatility, Hunter Jones to cap off his hat trick. Papadopoulos with a great ball in, and I think I can't tell who that defender was. Just gets caught ball watching. That was that Mueller? I want to say.
Possible.
But
this is all before halftime. That's the first half hat trick. But
it one ironically ties him for the Golden Boot lead so far. Ooh.
Golden Boot. But yeah, it is something we talked a lot about in the D1 cast last season about how reliant Paris was on Papadopoulos, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like Papadopoulos
is a very good player
enough to warrant all that attention. But if you can give him a second guy like they seem to have with Jones, that's just going to make Paris even more dangerous.
Yeah, especially with like the versatility Jones provides. I believe he is a winger trained, but they can play him at center forward. They can play him, they're playing him as a false nine today. They can play him out wide. They can play him up top. He gives you so many different looks. And I think it's just going to make them more dangerous in the attack. And we've seen that so far in that first half. It's not just like you look at the shots, it's like they're pretty even. But they're not just creating shots, they're creating good shots. And they have the 3-0 lead to show for it.
Yes, we'll see if any substitutions are coming in here.
The answer is no.
The answer is no. Okay.
The most deadpan delivery I'll ever have.
Yeah, really, jeez. Here's De Silva. Oh my god, I can't get over how tall De Silva is. It's just
absolute unit.
Ever since I pointed it out, I just can't not look at it. Here's Muffin looking for Clark, but can't quite find him. Cortez picks up the ball, takes it across midfield. Cortez on a
just too
run of
easy.
their own, fires, and that's over the net.
Wide open. That's a sitter. I mean, you're
Yeah.
probably complaining if you're Puri if you're not up for 3-0 already.
Hunter Jones with another good shot off the interception. And here's Brisky headed away. Yeah, that's a shot that, like, you're lucky you're up 3-0 because there's no excuse to miss that. Like,
yeah, and it's what we've been saying with AS Puri in this game is, let's just see what happens here first.
Cortez to Papadopoulos. Leonidas Papadopoulos scores and is on the board. It's 4-0 Puri.
Yeah, it's these runs right through the middle that are killing Kaapstad in this game. But on this occasion, Papadopoulos and Cortez combine very well. Pulls the defender Spoon, and then Papadopoulos is like, hey, that's free real estate, and I'm just going to finish.
All right, so it is 4-0 Puri now, 48th minute. Kaapstad looking to try to at least get, like, some sort of consolation goal or something right now. Because it's not great.
Yeah, it's the wrong side of Africa for them to be parting like the Red Sea defensively. But that's kind of what they've been doing. It's these runs right down the middle from Cortez, from Jones, that are just absolutely murdering them right now.
Here's Zanetti on the throw into Alistair. Over to Snooks. Snooks goes back to Zanetti. Come on, Mo. I was doing so good. Leonidas Papadopoulos scores again. Never mind. He's offside. He's offside by a lot.
That's not even close. He's so offside he practically landed in Andorra. No, he just skipped Andorra entirely. He's now in Spain.
Oh,
well, welcome to the Basque country now, because that is how offside you are.
I was doing so good at keeping my composure with De Silva standing next to Zanetti, and then all of a sudden you just lost it.
Usually I'm the composed one.
Yeah. Usually I'm the one that laughs at every little thing. I managed to keep it. And then it's just like, nope. Here's Cortez with the run now.
It's an absolute tap-in.
With a beautiful tap-in to put Puri up 5-0.
Isabella Cortez is feasting right now on that right-hand side. Sets up the second goal in a row for Puri. And that's just a tap-in. Back post run by Alistair. No one picks him up. It's too easy. It is too easy for AS Puri right now. Champagne football.
That is a shot that I could make, provided that I did not have an asthma attack on the run up to it. So,
or we're offside, which is the more likely outcome.
Or we're offside, which is the more likely result.
Oh, that's sloppy.
Papadopoulos fires, turned away. Jones keeps it in bounds. But it is blocked by Tato.
Yeah, Isabella Cortez is just shredding it on the right-hand side. You look at Kaapstad's two players that are struggling in match rating right now. It's that entire left-hand side because Cortez is just like going full Cookie Monster on it.
Ooh, good slide. That's going to be cleared out, but that'll be a corner for Puri. 69th minute.
Nice. I'm sorry. No, I'm not.
No,
Let's be
not.
real. I'm not.
We're officially at the point where the scoreline is
Secondary.
big enough that we've just lost all sense of professionalism. And off we go. So here's Mueller.
The train will be back on the rails for the last game.
Correct.
Potentially.
See, we've said that in the past and then not been back on the rails.
It's not my fault the games get weird, damn it.
Tito going for the header. It's off the post. 75th minute.
Yeah, I don't know if Barfoot was trying to catch that or punch that. It ended up being a flap off the bar. Okay, but can we get Bori Barfoot next to De Silva? Because Barfoot's what, 4'11"?
Is he? Oh my god.
I think so.
Barfoot is off the post again.
Yeah, the midfielder there faked like he was going to do it. And then it got blocked. And then he actually did it, and he came close.
And that's going to be headed away, picked up by Cortez. Cortez just going to run all the way down the field again. It looks like no, they're going to pass it to Brisky, going forward to Papadopoulos. Papadopoulos, clean run in front, fires, turned away by Hall.
Could have had it if he had picked up his head. Jones was lurking on the advantage, but I don't blame him for being selfish. You probably criticize that shot selection a lot more if it's a close game.
Yeah. Alistair. Ooh. Tato just clears it out. 80. We'll pass the 80-minute mark now. Will we see any more action here today? Here is Zanetti over to Snooks. Goes back to Barfoot. And Washburn going to run it out. Going to take it out. Over to Papadopoulos. Over to Hunter Jones. Hunter Jones fires from 30 yards out and goes over the net. Only 1 minute of stoppage time here.
That's a mercy from the referee.
Spoon going forward to Muffin to Clark. Over to Krause. This crosses fires, and that's turned aside. Barfoot picks it up. They're not even next to each other, and it's still just... Oh, my God.
Crustus Jr., because Crustus Sr. retired.
Ooh, you're right. I apologize.
Instant analysis.
Going to Cortez. Skies it out. That's going to be a goal kick. Taken out by Hall. We have reached the 91-minute mark. This game could end at any second. Over to Muffin. And that'll do it. That'll be the game. AS Paris wins a 5-0 commanding victory over Kaapstad.
Look at that XG, 4.5, because they were just like... Kaapstad, I don't think, had enough defensive teeth there, like right in front of the center backs, and Cortez and Jones and Papadopoulos were just strolling right down Broadway and just absolutely put on a finishing clinic. I mean, this is a statement win for AS Paris, a team that, you know, they went down. They had a pretty rough week one. And here they come out guns blazing, and they send the fans home very happy.
Indeed they do.
But Kaapstad back to the drawing board a little bit. You know, shut out in your first game. Sure, fine. Get absolutely smacked in your second game.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
they had 14 shots,
best.
But it was just...
Yeah, and Hall did his best in goal, but, yeah. There's only so much one man can do. He said it earlier with Cody Hill, and we're saying it again. But, yeah, back to the drawing board for Kaapstad a little bit, but a very good win for Paris, who, you know, I don't think you can really criticize a whole lot in that game other than maybe some of the chances they missed. But that's like splitting hairs at that point because, again, you won 5-0.
Right. So that's going to close the book on that game as we go to our final game of the day, which is Reykjavik versus Laos. And if you're me, apparently, these are two teams that you feel can fight for promotion this season after what appeared to be promising seasons last year. But
yeah, Red Star Laos took a pretty significant step up in year two after a pretty wretched first season for them. They took some serious steps last season, and that should be, applauded. They did lose their first game 3-1 to Montreal, but as we've seen, Montreal is a pretty good team, so it's like losing to them on the road, that's not the end of the world. Reykjavik, on the other hand, absolutely beat the brakes off Cairo 5-0, so statement win for them week 1. We'll see if they have a sequel planned.
My worry for Red Star Lao right now, and as much as I love to joke about it, and I know their GM likes to joke about it, but I want to say it is intentional that yellow is one of their team colors. Because my goodness, they draw a lot of yellow cards. And I love that for them. They play very aggressive football, but
too much dog in them.
Yeah, that's something that could bite you in the butt in those close games where you now have to be more careful because you have 2, 3, 4 people who already have yellows and are in risk of getting sent off.
Or just ask Senegal at the 2018 World Cup when they missed getting out of the group because of yellow cards.
Oh, that's tough.
Because they were because it was like the third tiebreaker. Because they were equal with, I think it was Japan, on goal difference, goals for, and they drew the head-to-head. And Japan got out of the group because of fair play points.
Yeah, that's so wild. But
yeah.
So we'll see.
And then that Japan team nearly beat Belgium.
Oh, there you go. All right.
Keyword is nearly.
Into the game.
4-2-3-1 from Red Star Laos. Pretty standard. 2 defensive midfielders against Reykjavik, who's playing a 4-5-1. So, somewhat similar, but not really.
Okay, hear me out. 4-3-2-1.
I know the 4-2-3-1. It's called the Christmas tree.
No, the 4-3-2-1.
That's what I meant.
What would you rather have, a 4-5-1 or the satisfyingness of a 4-3-2-1?
Yeah, the Milan, the 2007 AC Milan Christmas tree.
Here is, that's a free kick as Hall is a little shovey after shove time is over. Here's side Sterling. There is Scott Sterling in goal for Reykjavik.
Yep, did mention that earlier. One of a few players from Hollywood who have had to move on due to cap crunch. And he has found his home in Iceland, which, going from Los Angeles to the Arctic Circle, that's got some culture shock written all over it.
Henshaw almost with that sliding goal.
That was very...
Here's Andrews going to Oak, taking it past midfield, going back to Andrews, taking it up the sideline, trying to get around time. They get all the way to that back corner, headed by Penshaw, but saved by Canders. Here's Mike Checker off the throw into Dello. Dello fires, saved by Sterling.
Did that take a deflection?
Might have?
Yeah, a couple of Onis in the 11-4 Red Star. Greedo up top.
We have another Segundo Volante.
Oh! That makes sense, because they have the 2 D-mids.
That's going to be gathered by Sterling. We're already in the 25th minute.
Yes, Segundo Volante and deep lying playmaker is certainly one of the defensive midfield combinations of all time.
Here's Hall clearing it out. Picked up by Canders.
I'm absolutely fascinated by this.
Over the time to Messi.
I assume that's a deep lying playmaker on defend.
Here's Greedo trying to get it to Guerra. Overshoots over to Scarpetta. Sterling clears it out.
Boing, boing.
We're playing a little bit of pinball here. 26th minute. Chicken over the time. Back to Chicken. Chicken over to Chang Shan to Greedo, who shoots first. But we'll score later. We'll have to score later.
Yeah, no dice there.
I gotta work on the delivery of that line. That was so close to good. All right. Like you said, first cast of the year for everybody. Black over the hall. That's going to be blocked by Dello. Chicken clears it out. Oh, boy. 33rd minute. Chicken to Greedo. Over to Chicken again. Taking up the sideline, trying to get around Andrews. 2-time over to Dello. Dello decides to Guerra. Back to Dello. Forward to Guerra again, who got past Scarpetta. Goes for a cross, intercepted by Scarpetta. Over to Scarpetta, over to Sterling. Back to Scarpetta, who clears it out, but now it's intercepted by Lau. There's a lot of Scarpetta things happening. Chang Shan tries to get a shot off, but it's blocked. Recovered by Lau. Cleared out by Letizier as they take the ball. But that's recovered by Lau again. Over to Guerra, who's taking it back towards the box. Gets around Lopta. They get it to Chang Shan. Back to Guerra to sides.
Traffic jam.
There's just a whole lot of people.
Have they considered building a subway for this traffic jam?
Guerra's cleared out. Never mind, the excitement never stops here. Here's Mike Checker trying to get around Lopta. Taking it to that back line. Over the Guerra. Intercepted by Lopta. Over the Scarpetta, and that's... Okay, now it goes.
Roberto Scarpetta, by the way, scored twice on opening day against Cairo City, so he's right there in the thick of the Golden Boot race.
Let's go! Race! All right. You think it's crazy now? Just wait till I start the cup group stages where no one has scored yet.
Oh,
it's the first games. It's going to be great. 36
Play the drinking game, but I would be afraid of death.
Yeah, I would not advise that. Penshaw with the shot saved by Canders. Penshaw's offside. I love that, like, and I realize I don't do this on purpose, but there is no tone that I give for X person is offside besides a mixture of anger and disappointment. Like, and I don't do it on purpose, but I just realize it just sounds like that every time the person's offside.
That one's wide.
We reached the
that was one of the halves of all time.
Indeed, it was.
Yeah, very cagey. Very cagey first half. I feel like these two teams are trying to feel each other out. It's just like, I don't think we've had like any real grade A get out of your seat opportunities so far.
Right.
It's been a lot of poking and prodding, but never anyone going in for the jugular. My brain decided to go full Internet Explorer there for approximately 5 seconds. We'll see if any substitution.
Okay.
What?
What?
Drug dealer?
I thought this is what you said. Oh, I'm sorry. That's why I was confused.
Whose brain is an Internet Explorer? Ketchup Noodle and Patrick Bjorkis for Lopta and Hall. So that's two major off-season pickups from Reykjavik, rather.
Cander's clearing it out.
Both of them coming from Cairo City, and they're... I don't want to use Exodus, because Exodus from Egypt has implications.
Yeah, because of the implications.
Implications of a biblical scale.
Oh, man, I love in the league table it shows Reykjavik as Reykja. They're going to wreck you.
Not on that occasion.
No. But soon, it's coming. Here's Chicken going over to Greedo. Greedo taking it towards the sideline, trying to get around. Letizier passes back to Time. Time goes over to Chang Shan, over to Dello. Dello goes back to Chang Shan, over to Dello again. Just, again, a traffic jam right in front of the box, and then a random shot turned aside by Sterling.
Yeah, Guerra heard about your traffic jam. It was like, screw this. We're not adding another lane.
Guerra
I'm
saw
going
that
to
there was a
shoot my
traffic
shot.
jam. Guerra saw there was a traffic jam and just tried to cut up the shoulder lane, and it was just like, no,
Yeah.
you can't do that. Letitia on the free kick. Bjorkis can't keep it
That's
in
out.
bounds, though. Oh, Laos has drawn a yellow card. Take a shot.
Strawberry there into the book. Guess it's fitting that Strawberry plays for a team in red.
Here's Chang Shan. It's going to be blocked by Ladiver. Ketchup Noodle will try to clear it out. And now we have a free kick from Letitia. Headed. Saved by Canders.
Yeah, not a whole lot on that header. Troubling Canders. Pretty simple stuff.
Letitia to Scarpetta. Scarpetta snuck that shot by everybody. But Canders able to make that save. Rolls it out to Messi, who goes back to Canders, back to Messi, back to Canders, over the Berry, who goes back to Canders.
I am making facial gestures at, like, the constant pinging, like, right as guys are pressing. That could have gone wrong very easily.
That could have absolutely gone wrong very easily. And, speaking of things that could have gone wrong, over there, but good shot blocking. Block shotting? Shot blocking.
You're getting your mix all talked up.
No, you're right.
But this game has come alive in the second half. First half was pretty cagey, just kind of feeling each other out. Second half has been, particularly from the Reykjavik.
It's off the post! Guido's off the post! And we have a 0-0 draw still.
Yeah, off the bar, and then I think it got cleared off the line. What a golden opportunity for Laos.
That's going to be a goal kick to be taken by Canders. Picked up by Ladiver over to Scarpetta.
See if we have any late heroes.
Intercepted, taken by Greedo, fires, saved by Sterling. We only have 1 minute of stoppage on here.
It's going to be a goal kick.
Sterling.
Do we have some late magic in the air?
Oh my God! I mean, so scared.
If that had, I mean, oh my God! Oh, okay.
Right. Free kick.
Why are you wasting time on this free kick?
Letitia goes forward to Bjorkis.
Hey, complaining works.
Go back to Sterling. Sterling is way out of his goal.
What's he have to lose?
And that's the final whistle. So after all that, 0-0 draw.
Yeah, I mean, pretty even game. So yeah, draw's probably a fair result. Probably deserved a goal or two, particularly in the second half. That first half felt kind of sleepy.
Yeah.
But I think Laos are probably going to go home the happier of the two sides because, you know, Reykjavik created a lot more chances and particularly had one or two big shots that just they couldn't finish. But, you know, 0-0, what's there really to say? It wasn't a boring 0-0, but, you know, it was one of the games of all time.
Oh.
Yes, I'm the one person on Earth who thinks there's such a thing as a non-boring 0-0. So take a look at the table, and it is a very French 1-2 with Montreal and AS Paris. Montreal are only team to win their first two games. Good for them.
Good for them. Yeah, not a lot of moving up, but, you know, Montreal jumping to first, Paris jumping to second, Reykjavik moving to third. Well, all right, then.
And then Romana, Accra, Laos, Kaapstad, and Cairo. The only two teams to not pick up a point in the first two, both on different ends of Africa.
Yeah. Huh. And both, unfortunately, had a very tough scene of a game.
Both with a 5-0 loss.
Week. Yeah. But that's going to do it for us here at the commentary booth. If you stuck around for all four games, I very highly appreciate it. I hope you had as good of a time as we did, as we had our Zenlos and Val's slow descent into insanity. But yeah. Until next time, I've been Zenlos.
And I have been Val.
And I hope you all have a fantastic night.